Following the flood, the dirt stacked higher and higher. You can see on either side of me just how high it got. Now crews have been working steadily and they've cleared off enough dirt so that water can move through this canal, leading deputies on a high-speed chase, which leads us to right here. You can still see on the sidewalk skid marks from the car jumping the curb. You can even see what looks like a piece of the car. Still so many people unable to go home tonight. I want to show you the mobile home park. I just wipe my hand across this car. Inches and inches of snow just falling off. While La Quinta is at that number 49 spot, we have other Coachella Valley cities on the list as well. Palm Desert at 56. People are starting to roll in for a watch party, and I'll tell you, there's a lot to watch. We're watching right now. A lot of the headlines saying that Joe Biden is the projected winner for several of the states. Still too early for California. There's a complete blind spot with all these parked up on the side, so you can't see the oncoming traffic. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this turn right now. The rain's not really coming down anymore, but the waters are still raging. It turns into this, virtually a sandbox, unusable for drivers coming through, and certainly a headache for the city. This area that we're standing in is actually closed off to residents trying to get by. Can people get into their homes? Have people been trying to get into their homes over there?
No, that's a hard closure.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Daytona Everett. Just into our newsroom, the suspect in yesterday's shooting at Saugus High School has died. The first case of coronavirus has officially hit the Coachella Valley. News broke last night that the patient is in quarantine and being treated at Eisenhower Medical Center in Rancho Mirage. Hi, everyone. I'm Daytona Everett, standing in for Olivia Garvey in studio for the fourth week of our 2019 Friday Night Lights season. And we're here on the red carpet with Michaela Phillips, the 16-year-old from Coachella Valley, who's competing in America's Got Talent semifinals tonight.
My cousin just called and said that our house is on fire now.
A woman breaks down as she learns her house had just burned down in the Sandalwood fire.
I mean, this is hard.
The blaze confirmed to be 150 acres at 2 p.m., growing larger with every gust of wind. David Fox's family able to escape the growing flames.
As cars and other homes were beginning to ignite all around her, she was able to get out. So my wife, my boys, my babies are all safe now.
His dog not yet found.
There was plenty of places for her to run, so she may still be running around there, or she may have been collected by the deputies and we'll find her at animal control.
Some getting injured along the way, firefighters battling any hot spots. Tankers overhead dropping retardant over what used to be a mobile home park.
Everything from 7th and Sandalwood all the way to County Line Road on 7th Street is on mandatory evacuation.
Concerned parents stopping into Big Boys after their students were evacuated from their middle school.
The customer come here, sometimes they pick up their kid and the school just right here. So they kind of worry.
All of this chaos sparked by a pile of trash.
It was a trash truck that was carrying a load that caught on fire. The truck dumped the load on the side of the road, vegetation caught on fire, and then we had an active fire.
The remains now under investigation. Meanwhile, this restaurant manager wonders when he'll be able to reopen his doors because of closed roads.
I'm hoping. That's the only way here. I'm hoping.
Others with no hope as the Sandalwood fire took everything they had.
He gave me a big hug, huge kiss, and I love you right before he walked out. And that was the last time I seen him.
Jason Perez Gonzalez convinced his mom, Jeanette, to let him borrow her Jeep for the night.
I come to find out the next day, it was actually right before noon, that somebody killed him at the Jeep run.
Jason took this Snapchat video earlier in the night at the Tierra del Sol Jeep run in Imperial County. Fast forward to later. A group of people gathered around Jason as he was bleeding out. An officer standing over him with a flashlight.
According to the people that were there, they told us that I guess he waited till the ambulance got there and then the ambulance performed CPR, but it was too late. So the ambulance didn't even take him to the hospital or anything. They left him there.
Jeanette says Jason's friends told her that he was gone, not authorities.
They wouldn't even confirm to me that it was my son for a whole week.
NBC Palm Springs reached out to the Imperial County Sheriff's Department about the details of this case, but received no response. Jeanette did eventually see her son one last time.
The funeral coordinator did tell me there were 6 stab wounds on his body. He had beatings too. He had bruises on his head and his face.
But a year later, still, she has no idea how it all happened, as the family remembers Jason through a candlelight vigil, and every time they take a ride in the Jeep,
Yes, every time I drive it, I think of him.
they beg that anyone who can fill in the gaps of that night come forward in order to have justice for Jason.
They just crashed against the wall, and I turned around, and really scary, really scary.
While managing this Coachella apartment complex on the corner of Tripoli and Avenue 52, Armida Eros says her office serves as the perfect view for car collisions and close calls.
There's been numerous of accidents. The times that I've been here 4 years, I can honestly say over 50.
And she's forced to just sit back and watch it all happen.
This is a turn. The cars just won't stop. You know, they're driving really fast and, 70 miles per hour. It's overwhelming.
So I went and checked it out for myself. So this is the left-hand turn right now that we're talking about. There's a complete blind spot with all these parked up on the side, so you can't see the oncoming traffic. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this turn right now. You have to kind of edge out to be able to see anything. Look, there's already someone coming. Eventually, I successfully made it across the street, and you have to speed across to be able to go across the street.
My children are my main concern, and the residents of Coachella. They shouldn't have to go through this.
Lupe Rodriguez says he's been fighting for a stop sign, stop light, or even just an extended no parking zone to minimize that blind spot at the intersection for years. But the requests have fallen on deaf ears with the city.
We started this petition from all the tenants, from all people.
Now, with 4 pages of signatures, Eros hopes she can spark a sense of urgency with the city. When we asked the city of Coachella about the intersection, they said they were aware of the complaints, but have only had 1 official collision in the past 4 years. Therefore, it was a lower priority.
We really need to get this, done.
But a high priority for Eros.
It would be nice to get it done before school starts.
At some schools, the janitors can be overlooked, but at this charter school in Palm Desert, Otis is the most popular guy on campus. Whether he's vacuuming or laughing, Otis does everything with a passion and a purpose.
Hosing things down. I like the power washer. Like a big water gun, and I have fun with that.
The unique sounds that Otis is in the building.
And this is what we do all around the campus.
I need something hung, he's here. I need something painted, he paints it for me.
The 13-year janitor wears more hats than one when he's on the clock at Palm Desert Charter Middle.
He's helpful, he plays sports with them, he's the coolest guy.
Oh, I think it's awesome.
Otis is the best.
The word no.
He goes above and beyond his job every single day.
Just simply isn't in his vocabulary, even when it comes to having the lead role in every pep rally.
At first, he doesn't want to do it, but when he hears the applause from all of the staff and students, he feeds off the applause. And he just wants to make the staff and students happy.
He services the community.
So much that students stick around to help him out.
And they will come here and they will pick up trash for him. They will do whatever he asks them to do.
Of course, at an Otis pace, which, believe me, is hard to keep up with. But a face that everyone is happy to have around.
I mean, that makes you feel comfortable, right? You feel safe and you feel like they're being looked after.
Not only is he a great worker, but he's also a great friend.
Well, Otis says he loves everything about his job, but the 2 things that he does not like, gum and sticky candy. That's when he cranks out that power hose. We appreciate everything you do, Otis.